Hi everyone, I'm Changwen, and today we're going to take a look at the Palm Pre, which is shown here on the left-hand side. But before we do our hardware tour, we're going to begin with taking a look at the history of webOS on the Palm Pre. Then we're going to do our hardware tour and compare the Palm Pixi to newer devices such as the Motorola Droid running Android 2.0. So when it was released this summer, the Palm Pre was seen as a nice multitasking device that competed with the iPhone 3GS or the iPhone 3G. Palm made a great design that fits comfortably in the hands, has a nice home button that allows you to multitask and juggle between cards, and has a large 3.2-inch capacitive touchscreen that is encased in a hard plastic. The Pixi, on the other hand, has a screen that is more like a resistive touchscreen despite its capacitive nature, in that it doesn't offer a lot of hard plastic protection and is covered, or the LCD is covered by a softer plastic that gives some flex to it. The Pre, when it was released, has a webOS engine along with Synergy to allow you to maintain your contacts and manage your social networking needs. It has a sliding portrait-oriented keyboard, which offers more like a membrane keys because the keys didn't protrude too much from the top, although it has good tactile feedback. The keyboard on the Pre is slightly more wide than the Pixi keyboard. And the biggest complaint with the Palm Pre is the build quality. It does feel solid and nice in your hands, but does give a little bit of wobble or flex between the two sliding mechanism, as you see here. The device is an attractive device encased in all black glossy plastic, and the Pre, on the other hand, has a nice front black glossy appearance to it with a 2.63-inch 320 by 400 pixel touchscreen compared to the 3.2 320 by 480 half VGA capacitive touchscreen on the Palm Pre. So the screen is a little bit smaller as the first complaint with the device. Unfortunately, Palm doesn't make the Pre without the shortcoming in this body, so you'll have to choose form or function, and we're going to go ahead and cover some of that in our video today. The device has a very attractive and modern device with a black slab finish and keys that protrude out like little islands in this black pool of water. The keys are raised quite a bit, offering a nice touchscreen tactile, or not, nice tactile feel underneath this nice touchscreen. The keyboard is quite a bit more narrow than the comparable or competing BlackBerry Bold 9700 keyboard, as you can see here. The keyboards have individually separated keys, unlike on the Bold, which has a more contiguous keyboard layout. On the Palm Pixi, you don't have anything on the left side of the device. It is a very clean device with very few buttons. At the top here, you have the power button and also a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the right hand side of the device at the top, you have a toggle switch for the ringer, so you can quickly put it into silent or vibrate or turn on the ringer when you head in and out of a classroom or office conference room. You do have volumes up and down, and on the bottom right you do have a micro USB charging port, which is under a magnetic flap, so it automatically pulls itself in once you release. The device that we have here has a touchstone capable back cover, and it looks like there are two speakers here, but in reality the device only has one speaker. It has a 2-megapixel camera along with an LED flash in the center back. The touchstone compatible back cover attaches the device and charges the device magnetically to the touchstone charger here, which you can have the device on portrait or in landscape mode. The touchstone charger is intelligent enough to sense that when you have a phone call and the device is connected to the touchstone charger, the device will actually automatically turn on its speakerphone function. So the first negative thing about the Palm Pixi is that the screen is a little bit smaller than the Palm Pre. In reality, when you're using the device, you don't really notice that too much, but once you get notifications in, the screen shifts up a little and you do have a notification bar here at the bottom, which is the webOS UI method of not having obtrusive pop-up notifications like on the iPhone. The downside is that once there are notifications coming in, the screen gets scrunched in smaller, and you do realize that you have less screen real estate when this happens. The second thing is that unlike the Palm Pre, you don't have Wi-Fi on the device. We didn't find this to be a problem, as we found that Sprint's Now network with EVDO Rev A was quite fast and ubiquitous where we are, so coverage isn't really a problem. The Pixi also eschews the Palm Pre center home button for juggling and managing tasks, which is a hardware button, for a capacitive touch area that is integrated with the gesture area here on the bottom. So if you have a card open, and we're going to open the email card, if you tap on the center here that's glowing right now, it minimizes it down a little so you can open another card, such as a calendar card here. And this way you can juggle and multitask between different cards. The Palm Pixi utilizes Qualcomm's 600 megahertz processor, which is the same speed but does feel a little bit more laggy and slow on the Palm Pixi when you're a Palm Pre user. For new smartphone users, they shouldn't notice too much of a lag, and the Palm Pixi does a great job. Where Palm excels is in its email application here, where you do have a unified inbox for all your accounts. But more so than that, email setup is a breeze. All you need to do to set up emails, and that includes Gmail, AOL, and Yahoo accounts, including other accounts such as corporate and other IMAP and obscure email addresses. All you need is your email address and your password, and Palm does a great job. So the email experience is very comparable to the BlackBerry BIS email service, where email setup is seamless and painless. So you don't need to know all your ports and different IMAP protocols and passwords and SSLs and other jargon. All you need is really your password and email address, and that's where the Palm Pixi and the Palm experience shines. However, when we're talking about the Synergy engine, which is a way for you to manage your contacts and integrate your contacts with your social media, Palm needs to catch up to more current devices like webOS. For instance, let's pull up Anton's contact, which is currently synced with my Google contacts as well as my Facebook. Clicking on the Facebook doesn't really do anything except for it just syncs Anton's picture to his Facebook, or that's on his Facebook account, to my contacts. On the Motorola Droid, if you pull up Anton's contact, it takes you, and you tap on his Facebook link, it actually takes you to a Facebook page where you can view his info, photos, and write on Anton's wall, which is more of an integrated experience and something that we would like Palm to do with the next revision of webOS. Moreover, Palm utilizes a very capable WebKit browser, which renders pages pretty quickly and accurately. You do notice a little bit of missing screen real estate if you're a Palm Pre user and have the larger screen with the 320 by 480 pixels versus the 320 by 400. So you're missing 80 pixels on the vertical resolution. The Palm Pre and the Palm Pixi are not really successors, but really are closely related devices. Unfortunately, for those who prefer the tablet form factor with the front-facing QWERTY, Palm didn't really utilize its strength in the Pre and port everything that the Pre did so well with the faster processor, larger screen, and Wi-Fi into the Pixi. Rather, this is a device with a lot of trade-offs. You do trade off, some of the more advanced and higher features of the Palm Pre for a gorgeous device that is slim and has a very narrow profile on the Palm Pixi. However, the device at $99 through Sprint and Palm.com, or available for $30 or $25 on Amazon and Let's Talk and Walmart, is a great value for beginning smartphone owners. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in to Pocketnow.com to read our full review and impressions on the Palm Pixi. This has been our first impression on video for the Palm Pixi. Thanks for watching.